check 1, 2. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Global Racing League. Round number 5 tonight at start. Should be a good one. Qualifying session. Get underway. No sprint race in this one. This is qualifying a 50% race. Trickling out the pit lane. And we've already clearly didn't get his foot down. Oh well. 15 cars tonight. For some reason we've got a 9 in the midfield in Giovinazzi. Oh, there we go. I won't give the air time. Focus on the other 14 cars in the grid. Outlets, RSK, Waffler, Gainful, and CEST are still to leave the pit lane. Wait to exit the pit lane so we know what I will try and turn up my mic, see, because I can't normally turn down the in-game audio, unfortunately. However, I've just turned up my mic, so hopefully that'll make a difference and you'll be able to hear me over the game, so... Yeah, that's a lot better now. Hopefully it should be alright now, guys. For some reason it's not letting me turn the in-game audio down, so I've just turned my mic up. Hopefully it's making a bit of a difference. It sounds like on the stream that I've just looked at it's a lot better. We've got a yellow in sector 2 and Ghostly, Light Ghostly is out of the session. I'm not sure, he was in the middle sector, so I'm assuming he's had a crash. I was going to say, we don't want an AI on pole. The lap times are starting to come in now. NZ Pro at the front, we're 1:44.8. And James in the Williams has just gone a wee bit faster. About 6/10 quicker. Opening lap. Colin Soul is out the session in the McLaren. And Tom in the other Mercedes has just gone P1 with a 42.5, so definitely some times out there. Wreck Diver's just slotted in behind him with a 42.8, so not much separating them boys. People are saying my mic's perfect now. That's good to hear. At least I've made an effort to sort it out. Tom set up on an out lap. We'll have a look at Gamefuls. Looks like he's just setting himself up. Who isn't though? Waffler in the Renault is on a flyer. Through sector 3, 1 minute 30 to here. That Red Bull's going to be in the way. It looked like it was RSK on May there. All over the road. Going to cost Wassler some time, I think. 42s are out of the window. It could be even higher than that. It could be quite a fair way off of 47.6 it is in the end. It was May in the Red Bull that got in the way there. Not ideal by any means. He's just setting himself up for his lap. McLaren of Silent just dashing into the pit lane, just on the right hand side of your screen. Nay, that might be... Oh, he's all over the road. I think he's backed out of that one. Did look like he went over the white line there. Going very slowly, going up over Rouge. Gameful odds. This must have been a mistake in that lap time, because that's a 2 minute 3.7 is that. And he's not even going to count either, so a mistake would have been made there. Donkey's just exiting the pit lane very slowly, may I add. However, just behind him, PNC has just come across the line to start his lap. Heading up Eau Rouge for the first time. Traffic gets out the way of Donkey. Now got 16 drivers on the grid. And people are struggling to get a lap in here. PMC's gone out on a set of mediums, so he's potentially trying to do the one stop for the race and try and gain a bit of an advantage. It's him and John on the mediums at the minute. John James in the Williams, who's currently P3 at the minute, so he could have potentially gone even faster if he was on the softs and be up potentially past Tom and Wreck Diver. The mediums do tend to be about a second or so, a couple of seconds slower than the softs. PMC comes up to the bus stop. Nicely sliding through. What's this going to be? It's just going to be outside. It's going to be a 44.2 though, so jumps John in the Williams. Third fastest guy overall. Fastest guy on a set of mediums at the minute, PMC. It's a pretty good benchmark, is that? only about half a tenth quicker than John, but you always take them. May's done a 2 minute 40.5. That is quite severely off the pace. However, he's on another flyer here. See what he can do. We'll go on board with him going down the back straight. Wreck Diver in the Haas there, just getting out of the way. Looks like he was being quite cautious on the throttle there, coming out the chicane into the hairpin. Bottom. If it's flat out left-hander, you've got to keep the throttle pinned to carry as much speed as you can. There's one of the PMC and the Ferrari just off there on your screen. Looks a tidy lap so far though. It might not be the quickest. Looks like he got stuck in third gear there with May. 50 seconds quicker. This is going to be quite an improvement. Find some more time in this last sector. This could be up into the 144s. Into the bus stop he comes. He's 1 minute 40 exiting the bus stop. This is looking a very tidy lap, and it is a very tidy lap. It's P4 for May. He goes a 43.7, so jumps him up to P4. Wreck Diver and Tom have just dropped down the order because Donkey Max in the Alfa Romeo is sort of 41.9, so pretty good lap time there. And it looks like he's going for another flyer, but he's 2 seconds down in the first sector. Excuse me for the sniffles, guys. Unfortunately, I've got a hay fever in the UK is not my friend. Diver RSK has just gone P5 of 44.1. And then running extremely wide in turn 1. So the two Red Bulls are up there. PMC, I've just seen on the graphic, has whacked on a set of softs, and so has John James in the Williams. So could be interesting. Maybe they feel like the soft is the better tyre. NZ's going very slow here. It looks like he's trying to get heat into his tyres. Oh, gets in the way of the McLaren there, and the Renault coming down the hill. Is there a puncher on that Mercedes? Or potentially he's got low fuel. Ah, low fuel mode. You can see it on the dashboard there. NZ has run out of fuel. And now all of a sudden he's going again, so I'm not sure what that was all about. I thought he'd run out of fuel for a second and he was stuck in low fuel mode. Oh, that is cheeky. I know exactly what he's done. He's waited for his teammate Tom to get round from his previous lap. And now he's going to try and get a nice toe off Tom. Never a big fan of that tactic. Waffler in the Renault still to set a lap time. 1:18 in sector 2. That could be very interesting indeed as he comes back up the hill. Pinning the throttle through the left-hander up into the bus stop. And brakes. It looks a bit slow, does this to me. 42s are out the window. It's going to be a lap. How quick or how slow? It's a 47.5 for Waffler, so jumps the AI at least of Antonio Giovinazzi. I don't know how that's happened, but anyway. And that's a Mercedes off in the midfield. Is that NZ? I think it is. NZ is off. In the midfield, he's actually got off at the bus stop. Rejoined. And he's on his way again. So, quite sure what happened there. Silent has improved by half a tenth in sector 1 in the McLaren. The room for any more improvement as there's a parked racing point at the side of the track there. I believe that was gainful. And it wasn't gainful, it would have been Fazak's. Fazak's the only other racing point in the race. Silent is looking to try and improve his lap time. Say half a tenth up in sector 1, that might be out of track limits that. Like he crossed the white line to me, it's 8 tenths quicker though. Silent is on a storm, this could jump him well up the leaderboard if he keeps this together. Into the bus stop, heavy on the brakes. Nice and smooth, 140 coming out the bus stop. This could be fairly decent, and it's a 43.7. It was decent. Maxing all the way up from, was it P11, P12, all the way up to P4. So might have been a bit further down than that actually, but well. John in the Williams is 3 tenths down in the first sector on his previous time, which he did set on a set of medium compound tyres. There must be some time somewhere. He's in the second sector, pinning the throttle all the way through. Gonna ride on board with him as he goes down into the chicane. Looks like that Williams may be understeering just a wee bit. And he's 6 tenths down still. This is not looking good for John. He needs to find some time in this final sector. And it looks like he's backed out of it to me. He's pulled off to the side of the road. That's fair enough. Get out the way of any other quicker cars. May in the first sector. Just under a tenth, half a tenth slower, sorry. You go on board with him. There's the Renault of Waffler just getting out the way there. Again, he comes through. He's sweeping corners down the bottom section of the circuit. 4 tenths down now. This is not looking good for May for an improvement point of view. Needs to find some time in this last sector. Is he going to lift or is he going to pin it? He's pinned it through. Comes up towards the bus stop, heavy on the brakes, into all the way down to first gear originally. At the corner, any improvement? No, 45.3, so no improvement at all. He'll get another go at it though, unlike some people. Gainful will not get another go. This is his last attempt. See what is it? An improvement? It's not. It's a oh, it is an improvement, but it's not going to move him up the leaderboard. It's a 45.0. So improvement made, but it's not going to move him anywhere. Made in the middle sector. Tom's due to cross the line. He goes very wide and gets out the race, so we'll flick over to Wreck Diver. Tom's run at pole position is over. Can Wreck Diver do anything about it in the Haas? Any time will tell. Diver across the line, not quite. It's an improvement, but it's not enough. It's still 3 tenths off pole. Tom has finished. Fazak is next to cross the line. Can he get himself out of P13? I would like to hope so. Otherwise he's going to be starting this race from very near the back of the grid. And it is an improvement. It's a 1:43 and puts him P5. Gets him in the top 5. It gives him a chance. May was the last to cross the line, and now he isn't because he is pitted. So, his Donkey Max is on pole position. Wreck Divers down in P2. Tom's just behind them in P3. John in P4. Fazak P5. Silent P6. May P7. RSK P8. PMC 9th. NZ Pro in 10th. Gainful 11th. Waffler 12th. And the AI of Antonio Giovinazzi is P13. Colin Soul is going to be P14 after his crash. Like Ghostly's P15 after his crash. He just crashed before Colin. And then Maestro and the Alpha Tauri getting disqualified at the start of the session for holding up cars in the pit lane. He's going to start all the way back in P16. Looks like a good race on our way, guys. Stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing League. The cars make their way on the formation lap down the hill towards Eau Rouge. Should be a good one, this one. Plenty of cars going to be on the grid for this one. come round into the bus stop. About to line up for this Belgium Grand Prix. Like I say, it should be a good one. 22 laps around the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Donkey Max comes up to line on the grid. Wreck Diver in the Haas is lining up alongside him. There is Donkey Max's view down into turn 1. Wreck Diver alongside him. Tom behind them. John James is there. Fazak's there. Silence there. May's there. RSK is just approaching the grid. PMC and NZ are there. Gainful, Waffler, Giovinazzi, Colin, Light and Maestro is just forming the back of the grid. As we get ready for 5 red lights. Oh, come on. Engines revving. It's lights out and away we go here at Spa-Francorchamps. Good getaway from Donkey in the midfield, in the back, sorry. Wreck Diver's going to have a look down the inside. Are they all going to get through turn 1 cleanly? There's a bit of bashing between Fazak and Silent in the middle. One of the Mercedes goes wide. I think that may have been NZ Pro and a few others involved as they made their way down on Eau Rouge for the first time. And onto the Kemmel Straight. Couple of bump drafting going on. May's trying to get past the McLaren of Colin while Waffler's trying to go past. They're going to go almost 4 wide into turn 4. And there's a spinner. I think that was Waffler. It is. Waffler's been in the wall and spun. And there's been a crash in the background. May's in the wall as well. We carry on though. Donkey still leads the way. Tom has actually got past quite a few of them. Wreck Diver has fallen down the order. He's had a moment somewhere. So Donkey leads the way from Tom, from John, from Fazak, from Silent. And then chasing them is RSK, and then Wreck Diver's behind. On board with Wreck Diver as the McLaren of Silent just goes wide on the inside and almost loses it. And off into the gravel goes Silent. Can he keep it running? Just about. Keeps it going. And I think Tom's had a moment as well. Tom's had a moment. He's got a broken front wing. Slipping down the order to P8. In that number 95 car. That's going to be a pit stop for him, surely. There's no way he's going to be able to carry on with that front wing. Yes, dive straight for the pit lane. Now is anybody else? John James is also in, I believe, with wing damage as well. PMC is also in there, directly behind Tom, actually. Donkey still leads the way, pulling that gap. And there's a yellow in sector 1, and the safety car has come out. RSK has had a crash, I think, going up Eau Rouge, I think. It looks a serious one. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite catch it. Yes, there he is. You can see the front wing, and you can see the car. He has had an absolute smack into the wall at Eau Rouge. That car looks severely damaged, and he's out of the race, and the safety car is into play now. This could shake everything up. Could the front runners or anybody try and get to the end on hards here? I think the chances of that happening are quite slim. Well, first opening few laps, and we've got a safety car already. So the field will bunch up and get behind the safety car. It'll be interesting to see if anybody makes any pit stops. Now the saying the hards is you could potentially, the mediums is sort of similar to the hards, you could potentially go on the hards to the end of the race. Saw the pit strategy there. It'll be interesting to see if anybody comes in Who's going to be the first to flinch? Is Donkey Max? No, Donkey Max is staying out. Fazak is staying out. Wreck Diver going to flinch? No. Colin Light? No. NZ Pro is going to flinch. Maestro isn't. Gainful isn't. Silent's going to flinch as well. Them boys are going to potentially, I would think, go on to the hards. The AI of Giovinazzi staying out. John James is staying out. Tom has just pitted onto a set of hards, and the others have as well, so to see. And it is the hard tyre. Oh, it's the mediums actually for Silent. NZ's gone onto the hards, which is probably the right decision to try and get to the end of the race. And they're all stacking up behind the safety car now. Guys, we're going to take a quick break during the safety car period, and we will be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing League. Safety car is about to come in. Donkey Max is pacing the field. Potentially, you would think he's going to go out of the bus stop. If he goes any earlier than that, I'll be quite surprised. Backing up the field. Safety cars are right there. And he's waiting a very long time. Like Ghosty's got a 5-second penalty for a collision. We're green now though. Into turn 1, a bit of bodywork flying. Fazak in the Racing Points lost the front wing. And so is Light in all that. I think that was that collision just on the restart. Gainful and Maestro going side by side into Eau Rouge. There's a big crash. NZ Pro has had a huge accident coming up Eau Rouge. We saw it with RSK earlier. That potentially could be another safety car to clear that one up. It looked a very severe hit. Into the wall. It looked like he just completely lost it. Nothing NZ could have done about that, I don't think. He's actually been cleared. That's amazing. I'm surprised the safety car hasn't come out for that. It's still racing though. So Waffler's made a pit stop on the restart. That looks a very, very severe hit. It looked like NZ had just got either been touched or got a tank slapper on. And he just lost the back end of the car. 3-second time penalty for Fazak for multiple warnings. Light Ghostly's falling down the order. Has he had an off? He has, and he's had a collision with Silent. And the virtual safety car's out. So the virtual safety car's deployed. This won't last long, I don't think. It'll just be to clear some debris away. Silent and Light are definitely going to have to pit. And Waffler's had a moment. And spun. Has anybody made the most of it? Fazak's into the pit lane. He didn't pit. So he's using this VSC as an opportunity. So is Maestro. All using the opportunity to try and get out. The virtual safety car's ended. It was a quick one. Silent's got a penalty for speeding under virtual safety car on the restart. Rouge they go. They all get up Eau Rouge cleaner this time. The Donkey leads the way in the Alpha. Locking that front right up though. Just saw the puff of smoke there come off that car. There's a yellow in sector 1 and Fazak has had a moment. Is that up Eau Rouge as well? It is. Fazak has gone off up Eau Rouge. Try and see if we can see it from lights on board where he's gone off. That potentially could be a safety car. Yeah, he's done the exact same thing and doesn't speak. Light has lost the back end and spun. He's got back going though, thank God. And the virtual safety car's out again for Fazak's incident, so that was to be expected. VSC is a minimum really. This won't last long though. Try and get his car cleared away as quick as they can. This Donkey's going to be getting frustrated at this point with all these virtual safety cars. He's trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Wreck Diver and Colin not far behind him at all. We'll be going green shortly, I would think. That's 3 cars now that we've had the exact same incident that's taken him out of the race, and that could potentially prove a bit pivotal. Silence into the pit lane, but he's got a penalty for speeding on the VSC. Restart, and John James is into the wall. John James has done the exact same thing. You cannot write this stuff. That is 4 cars now that have gone up on Eau Rouge. Is there some oil in the track or something? This is incredible. That could potentially be another VSC. That's another very serious incident. And Silence had a moment as well. Into the wall. Nobody can seem to keep control of the Formula 1 cars up Eau Rouge. Well, luckily this time it has not brought out a virtual safety car. The marshals have got John's car cleared away, which is music to the ears. And Wreck Diver has had an absolutely massive crash coming out the bottom of the track, and that is going to be a full safety car. Wreck Diver from 2nd place in the race has just lost the back end on the curve and gone straight into the Armco on the inside. It's a very heavy hit. Luckily we just caught that. But that's another car. At least it's a different incident this time to say. But that's now 5 retirements from this race. So is there going to be any pit stops? Yes, Donkey is into the pit lane and getting his soft tyres onto the mediums. That could potentially prove pivotal in the race, actually, with some people like the likes of Tom and Colin trying to go on the end of the race on the tyres that they're on. So maybe Donkey and PMC being on fresher tyres, that could potentially prove pivotal. And there's a few others, Gainful Mate and the AI of Giovinazzi is pitting as well. Like I say, during the safety car period, we're going to take another break. And it's not great that we're getting all these safety cars, but unfortunately it's the way it goes sometimes. So like I say guys, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing League. We're about to go green again, finally. Seems like an eternity before we've got some racing. 2 safety cars, or 2 full course safety cars and 2 virtual safety cars have really slowed this race up so far. Colin is leading the way in the McLaren. We have lost Light Ghostly in the Renault due to a mechanical failure on the car. And Silent has gone already. We are green on lap 10. 12 laps to go. Come down into turn 1. Oh, we're going to get through cleanly, I think. Just about. Silence into the pit lane. As I head down to Eau Rouge, which has been the catalyst of several mistakes so far. Hopefully we don't get one here. I'll make it for Eau Rouge cleanly this time. As May and PMC are having a bit of a battle. PMC, and no, it's not, surely. Silent, I think, has had a crash. I'm not sure where it is. It's a yellow in sector 1. I think it's Eau Rouge again that has claimed another victim, and the full course safety car is out again straight away. That is definitely a big impact. Unfortunately didn't catch it, but it looks a very serious incident. Because DNF and the safety cars come out again. Well, that's now 3 safety cars in this race. People are going to be getting fed up on tyre strategy here. The strategists in the pit lane are going to be having no idea what to do. It's the 3rd safety car of this race. There's been 5 full course yellows now. Anybody going to pit? Colin's going to take the opportunity. Tom follows him. Donkey is staying out, which is interesting. May's in. PMC staying out. Gameful staying out. Maestro's in. Giovinazzi and Waffler are staying in this 9-car race now. Cars out again, and they'll lead them round. And once again, guys, we'll take a quick break and we're back when racing resumes. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Seems like an eternity again. Hopefully we're going to get some clean running now. This is the third safety car period, 5 full course yellows. In fact, is it the fourth now? I've lost count, there's been that many. Look, PMC is going to get us back underway. The AI of Antonio Giovinazzi is currently P2. We go green once again here at Spa. Giovinazzi, Gainful locking up into turn 1 on the restart. All bunching behind Giovinazzi at the minute. And they're all going to make it up Eau Rouge fairly clean. No, maybe not. Gainful has had a crash into the barriers. Gainful is out of the race. And it's the exact same incident again. Luckily, it just clicked onto him. And he's out this Grand Prix. Is Gainful. It's a bad incident. He's gone off. He's gone into the wall on the inside, actually. So it's a slightly different incident than before. And they're still scrapping for positions. No safety car as of yet. Bit more wafflers losing places. May's potentially going to try and get past here going down the hill. And it's a massive scrap. No safety car. So he's cleared away. Maestro, Donkey, Mayen. PMC getting some room to stretch his legs. Tom's back up into P2, Collins P3, Donkey's down in P4 now. Maestro and May chasing. Waffler's battling the AI of Giovinazzi. Up the hill, a bit of swapping positions. Donkey goes through on the McLaren, and there's an end plate off an AlphaTauri there just behind Maestro. Has clipped his front wing on Collins' car. Collins going to go to the inside of Donkey and absolutely send it is the word. Couldn't get it done though. As they head back down the hill. PMC through. He's through. Else. Hopefully they all get through Eau Rouge cleanly this time, which they all have. And Donkey's still defending from Colin, who's trying to fight back. And a good little battle over the final place on the podium is this. This could bring the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull of Maestro and May into play. Like 14 out of 22. 8 to go in this Belgium Grand Prix. And I'll say half of it has been dominated by full course yellows. Either virtual safety cars or full course safety cars. It's been a very strange race to say the least. Top 3, Collins actually on a penalty. I believe that was for speeding under one of the virtual safety cars, and he hasn't been into the pits since. So, in fact, Tom has just got a 3-second penalty for track limits. That's potentially going to bring Donkey a P2 if he can stay with Tom. PMC, no penalties at all out in front. PMC done the fastest lap, then Tom does the fastest lap at 1:45.8 on the mediums. And we've now got to a point in the race where the DRS has actually been enabled due to be no yellows being on the track. May's in the pit lane and has stopped. And we're all starting to spread out a bit by bit now. May's just been in for a new set of tyres. Now this is the mistake that we've seen a lot of people make, cold tyres. May has not done it, so good news. Tom's still on that penalty. Donkey Max chasing him down. Colin on a penalty, but he's still chasing Donkey Max, and Maestro just behind him. Waffler's fallen off the back of this group a little bit. Make the way through the bottom section of the track. Sectors 2 into 3. It's a long circuit by modern day standards for Spa-Francorchamps. And Gainful is now out of the race. So Gainful's had a moment. Or did he crash earlier? He might have just left, actually, thinking about it. Can't remember if he hasn't brought out a yellow at all, so I'm assuming he was one. He might have been one of them that crashed earlier. Meanwhile, up at the front, Tommy's going to get DRS on PMC here. He is on a 3-second penalty, so he needs to get ahead of PMC fairly quickly, you would think. DRS is open. Trying to close that gap down. I don't think he's close enough this time round. Not quite. But the gap is still closing. Down to under 0.3 of a second now. Just starting to grow a bit again. There's not a lot separating these guys. Tom will get DRS on the main straight and also go back up the Kemmel straight again. If he can hang on to it, he should have the move done, you would think, by the end of the next lap, and then hopefully you'll get the opportunity to pull a gap out on PMC. But you never know with how this race has gone so far what could happen. He's down the back straight into the bus stop, and this is where Tom is going to get DRS on the exit of here. He's within the second window. There goes the flap. Into there, and PMC goes very wide. Tom's going to slip through, he does. PMC might get another go with DRS for Rouge. And he does. PMC gets DRS. Tom's going to have to defend. It's going to be a drag race down to the bottom of the Kemmel straight. And PMC swoops around the inside. And gets the move done. Great little battle this for P1. Mercedes or Ferrari, who wants it more? Tom's having a look down through the hairpin. With all this catching up, this is bringing Donkey back into play. And PMC has now got a penalty. This could be costly for the two of them. Because Donkey is within a second of the two of them. He's within 2 seconds of the two of them. They've both got 3-second penalties. So at the minute, Donkey is in the net lead. This could change everything in this race. Tom is trying his hardest to get past PMC, but with these two squabbling, this is bringing Donkey back into play. And Donkey's closed up a big time. Is he going to get DRS? He wasn't in DRS range at the detection point, so he's going to have to sit behind. If he stays with them though, he will get it going down the hill. Which I believe he will be in detection range. Now Tom, in the meanwhile, he's going to have an assault on PMC. He's going to look out. Tom to the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Yes, he is. Good move by Tom. But what was I saying about them being caught? Donkey's going to have a look on PMC now. And Tom is going to have to try and get away from this group if he can. Excuse me. And Tom is pulling away. But Tom needs to pull a 3-second gap to Donkey Max in the Alpha, or the race win will not be his. He'll be down in P2 and PMC will be P3 as it currently stands. If we go on timings as of now, Donkey is all over the back of PMC. He's trying to force his way through. He's going to have a look up the inside into the bus stop. Locks up. PMC goes a little bit deep. Donkey Max trying to get the cut back. Couldn't quite do it that time. Donkey locks up again. Go down the hill. Tom is extending the gap though while these two squabble. The Donkey Max's race. You think he needs to get past PMC sooner rather than later. He's within DRS range. He's all over his rear bumper. He's going to look to the inside down the Kemmel Straight. Swoops around him into P2. And now Donkey has got to do the chases onto Tom and defend from PMC, which you'd think he would be more than capable of doing. Look how hard he's pushing that Alpha. With the lockups and everything. He's already pulled just short of a 1-second gap to PMC. And he's chasing after Tom. Like I say, as long as he can stay within 3 seconds of Tom with 3 laps to go, this race is Donkey Max's. It's not all said and done. There's a yellow in sector 1 again. Now who is that? It's actually the Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi, who is out of the race. And that's up Eau Rouge again. I don't think it's a crash this time, no. It looked like he just pulled off to the side of the road. Like a mechanical failure to me. Now, is this going to do anything for the race? Is this going to bring out a virtual safety car or a full safety car? Who knows? In the minutes, nothing is happening. Antonio's car is still there. And it's gone green again, so they've cleared that car away with pretty much ease, and the race continues. If I'm being honest, I think the game's had enough of all these virtual safety cars and not normal safety cars. There's been a lot of them, and I don't think the game's kept up with it. However, Donkey Max is keeping within 3 seconds of Tom. Tom is trying to extend it a little bit, but it's not being enough so far. He's got to pull 2 seconds in the next 2 gaps to even have a chance. But Donkey is keeping up with him. The gap isn't growing, the gap isn't decreasing. It's just sitting around that 1 second mark. Collins got another time penalty for track limits, an extra 3 seconds on top of the penalty he's already got, so that could change the order around a little bit come the end of the race. PMC's got DRS on Donkey here. Doesn't quite make the move. A bit too far back. The gap is increasing though. Tom is starting to pull a gap. It's not good news for Donkey Max. He's got to throw everything into this last 1.5 laps of this race as Tom is starting to pull away. PMC catching. I wouldn't want to be Tom in this position right now. A lot of pressure on your shoulders. On to the last lap we go. This is where it's going to get interesting. Tom needs another 1.5 seconds. Is it possible? PMC is within DRS range of Donkey Max. Donkey's going to have to defend. Down the back straight. Tom is extending the gap, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Looking at the timings, PMC's got a penalty anyway, so he's going to come home P3. It's going to be tight, you know, if Donkey makes a little mistake into the final corner. It's 2 seconds, but it's not going to be enough. Tom comes home for P1 on the road, but Donkey Max wins the Belgium Grand Prix. Tom's going to come home in second with the penalty. PMC comes home third. Great drive from Donkey Max. He deserved that one. Maestro's going to come home for P4. Colin will come home for P5 with the penalties he's got. May will make his way round to take a very comfortable P6, considering how far down the grid he started. I'm sure P6, even though with all the retirements, he will take P6 today happily. And Waffler, the last car to cross the line in P7. Unfortunately, the rest of the cars did retire from this race, with about 80% of them crashing up Eau Rouge. Across the line, Waffler crosses the line, and that's the end of the Belgium Grand Prix. Well, safety car after safety car after safety car was the story of that one. Maestro gets driver of the day. Yeah, fair enough, I kind of agree with that. He did start well on the back of, he started on the last row of the grid actually, so that is a pretty good effort from him. But Donkey on top of the podium alongside Tom in the Mercedes. Celebrations with the champagne. What a great race for Donkey. And a great race for Alfa Romeo as well. Big points in the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship today. A very good race from everybody. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.